Good morning, Chamber friends. Pickerington Area Chamber, Teresa Byers here. I am at home base in my kitchen interviewing our member of the week. It is Monday, August 24th. So excited to recognize our member of the week, Ace Handyman Services, located right here in downtown Pickerington. Great people, awesome. Cannot wait to share a little bit of what they've got going on. I want to just say thank you again to our wonderful member of the week sponsors, MMA Insurance and Siebert & Reynolds CPA. We appreciate them investing in our organization and being a part of the chamber. And I'm just realizing, Paul, that I have a fun little, like my pendant light is like right over my head. So I have this lovely string hanging there. So this is just going to be fun. So, and then I have tomatoes in the windowsill. So you see what I do at home. So welcome to Paul Hammer, is the owner and operator of Ace Handyman Services, like I said, right here in downtown Pickerington. And I probably got owner operator wrong. I don't even know. I know that you name change, all that kind of stuff, but we're going to jump right in and let Paul talk to us a little bit about Ace Handyman. So how long have you been in the handyman business and in Pickerington, and what services do you guys offer?
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. We've been at it 6.5 years, I think. We're a franchise owner, if you will, I guess is the proper title. So we own the Westerville franchise, and then about 1.5 years ago, maybe coming up on 2 years, we opened, I think the end of this year would be almost 2 years. Time flies. Here in Pickerington. So we operate them as two separate companies, two separate teams and everything. I kind of split my time between the both of them. But Ace Hardware purchased us. So I know people are still a little confused. I've talked to some people recently now that we're out and about a little bit. Yeah, we did change to Ace Handyman Services. So it's still a franchise. I mean, everything's still in place. Ace Hardware actually purchased our franchise corporation out of Denver, Colorado. So that was the name change that happened this spring, right in March, and went over like a lead balloon with the whole COVID stuff going on. But yeah, we're actively branding that now, and super happy to be part of that organization. We obviously do handyman work, so we have a flex service that can be a quick 1-hour job. Where our guys will come at a window at a time, or we have our standard service where people can select a set appointment, and our craftsmen will come and they can do a half-day job, a full day, do a list of things, and we do a little bigger projects, so some custom critical repairs. Maybe the structural band board underneath the back patio door is rotten, and we need to take the door out and fix the subfloor and that band board and put it all back together. We do some light remodeling too. Kind of the extent of it.
A little bit of everything. And I will share that I have used their services and was very pleased. We have I don't know, what are 17, 18 foot ceilings in our living room, and the ceiling fan was, I don't know how old, probably the original ceiling fan to the house. And it had, I think, a balloon string stuck to it, and the light never worked. And I mean, it was on high all the time. And the only way to change it was to pull the string that was on the fan that we can't reach. So we had them replace that along with a patio door in our back. And so we were very pleased with our services, and your team did a great job. So the guys were awesome, and very, they did a great job. So very pleased. So one of the questions that we have that we've been asking everybody is, how has COVID impacted your business? And I don't know, did you guys go through a shutdown period, or were you still considered essential during all of that and able to continue working? I know now you guys are extremely busy, but what have you seen over the last several months?
I mean, the way I read it, the original shutdown orders was, construction was essential. But for sure, right when we all were trying to figure out what was going on, I mean, we did lay off most of our employees. I mean, the phone did slow quite a bit for, March, April. We also didn't, we were also looking at hey, it's not essential to go out and put a new backsplash in. But we were finishing projects, doing some other things, looking at things, patio doors that were leaking and causing damage to houses. So, we kept a small crew on. We steadily climbed out of it, started bringing people back as we could. Um, our offices were closed. We worked our customer service remotely, which one of them still is because of childcare issues, but she's able to set her up at home. So we've done that. Obviously, we've employees out and about in people's homes and stores all the time. So we're constantly going about cleanliness and supplies and whatnot. I probably at this point the biggest thing has been um, virtual estimates. Um, I've been doing a lot of those. That's been a big change, and I've done so many estimates. It's easy for me to, and people are willing to take good pictures now. So before they were busy, 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 and now people have a little more time. They're stuck at home, and they're a lot more willing to send some good pictures, and so that's really helped us because we can keep our guys busy instead of just driving around giving estimates. That's been a big change, and yeah, it's been super busy. All the trades, my friends that own heating, cooling companies, and all the plumbing companies and fencing. I mean, everybody, soccer's canceled, so they got their $3,000 back from some soccer camp or whatever, and they spend it on that. They're not vacationing like everybody's cruise was canceled. So, fortunately for a lot of people, it's still employed and doing all that. you know, but we're protecting ourselves for winter. Winter's always a little slow, so and then with the economy and stuff, we'll see what happens. I mean, hopefully the government keeps spending money, then maybe we'll be all right through all this.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they're going to continue to spend money because, shutting all the businesses down is not a good thing. And to keep them operational and functioning the way we need them to function, they're probably going to continue spending money. And I know we've been advocating for that because we want to keep our businesses whole, but also we have to be very fearful of the aftermath of that and what that's going to do, how that's going to impact us all just personally and businesses, how that is going to impact our taxes going forward. And I mean, somebody's got to pay for this somewhere. So we're definitely monitoring that on our end. So we want to make sure that our businesses are remaining safe and open. And we're excited that you guys are, picking back up. And you're right. I mean, people are saving money this summer and sports are canceled and trips are canceled and all of these things. So now they're investing in their homes, which is not a bad thing. So I know we've done some and we've got some more work to do, and offline we'll talk about some countertops that I need. So we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah.
So the last question I have for you is, what do you think? And I know that you have, 2 locations. So you're in Westerville and Pickerington, and clearly you guys go all over the Columbus, metro region and probably even beyond that. So what do you think is like the best part of doing business in Pickerington and the Columbus region overall?
I mean, Pickerington, when we moved down here, we opened our office down here. I mean, the community is a very tight-knit community. I love the chamber. It's a very, I don't, yeah, I'm probably on the spot here, but I mean, the first kind of thought that comes, when I think about it is just a homey, a homey kind of family feel when I come to the chamber events and different things down here. So, I mean, I'm originally from Indiana. We lived out in Oregon and Washington State for a while, and I was working for a company and traveling really the world. And we ended up in Westerville, and so we've been there 8 years. And then, I'm down here. At first, it was almost weird. It was almost like commuting down here. It's 40 minutes. I get my coffee, sit back, set the cruise. But I come down here. I feel welcomed and part of the community. So a lot of good folks. But running this business, one thing, it's just taking care of the community. In our line of work, I mean, there's jokes about like Congress is the least trusted, and there's like a top 5 least trusted, and like a handyman sometimes pops up into there. So in this industry, it's a challenge, but with our hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of positive reviews that we get, between both franchises, we get 5 to 10 a week. Positive ones. So, you know, there's such a need. There's a need for, for jobs too. And that's one thing coming down here. I mean, there's a lot of need for employment out of Lancaster for tradesmen, so they don't have to drive up to Dublin or Westerville from down south. So we've been proud to have good jobs here, and with COVID, we're safe. Our guys are protected. We have had some issues. They've been covered under the laws, as opposed to like subcontractors who, a guy just says, "Oh, I'm sorry, go home," and you're like, you have nothing. So we take care of our guys, and we've been real proud to do all that.
Awesome. Well, I know from the very first time that you and I met almost 2 years ago, it was probably about 2 years ago at this point in time. I know you said you've
Yeah.
been in Pickerington, and I remember your ribbon cutting because it was cold outside. So it was, winter time.
Winter, yeah.
But, I remember when we talked way back in the beginning before you came to town, about how much pride you really take in your tradesmen and your craftsmen who work with you. They have to have a level of experience to be able to work for your business, because you want that, you want somebody who can come in and do a little bit of everything successfully and not have to outsource all. I only have one electrician and he's only available on this day. Your guys, I believe, when we talked, you shared with me that they have lots of trades that they're good at, so that you can have, one person completing a job or two guys working together to complete the job, as opposed to having to say, well, we can have the electrician out this week, but then the plumber's got to come out next week. So I think that's been an awesome thing. And your hiring process is, making sure that you're putting the right people in place and that they're able to do the jobs. And, typically you're hiring somebody that's a little bit older. They're not, fresh and young right out of school and things like that. So they do have more experience, and they have that experience to even communicate a little better with your customers and things like that. So I applaud you guys. I think you do an awesome job. We're excited to have you here in Pickerington and happy to have you as our week, and just want to say thank you again. You guys are awesome.
Thanks for the opportunity, and appreciate everything you guys do for us.
Thank you. Well, thank you again to Ace Handyman Services, Paul Hammer, franchise owner, member of the week for August 24th. And once again, thank you to MMA Insurance and Siebert Reynolds CPAs for being our member of the week sponsor. Check out our video, like our YouTube channel, follow us, subscribe. You'll see all of these videos uploaded, and we're excited to continue this opportunity virtually. And I'm out of here. I'm out of here. So everybody have a great rest of your day and great week.